Hi guys, I'm sitting here waiting for my car to get ready, doing wheel alignment, brakes, and all sorts of things. Anyways, and when you sit in the quiet, when you got nothing going on, nothing to do, you don't want to scroll social media. I did my Bible reading, I did my reading for the day. I don't know. Just here reflecting on how God moves in our lives. And what is it now? 2 years now. 2 years ago, I quit my job and decided to just focus on the family, just focus on my son. At that time, I was homeschooling him, working part time, and driving everyone around. And life was chaotic. And, I was miserable. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't happy. I was resentful with my husband because he wasn't helping with the house chores. I was hard on my son because I was tired and overwhelmed with everything that was going on. And, I kept reading Proverbs 31 women and God saying, just tend to the house, be obedient. Your kids need you, your husband needs you. And trust in me that everything will be okay. And it was a bit scary because I've been working for a little bit and I didn't want to put that burden all on my husband. But God said to me, I called you to tend to the home, and I called him to go out and work and be the provider. You're there to help him and be supportive. So just trust, right? So I did quit my job, and then I said to my husband, I resigned. And at that moment, he thought I was crazy or that I was lying, because I've said it many times, I was going to resign, and I never did it. But this time was true. I did. I had resigned, and he was a bit taken back because now he had to take the brunt of the house and be the provider. And so that's what happened. I quit. I was more patient with the kids. I was actually able to love on them like I should. At that time, my daughter was still in public school. Liam was already homeschooling, so I had more time to tend to Liam. And that's why we were homeschooling, because the school wasn't providing what he needed. So I was able to take care of Liam in a way that I wasn't doing before. The school never did. And then Melissa was going through her things at school, which for me was hard to deal with because I didn't know where that was coming from. I've been in the school system. I know how hard it is. And I didn't know what to do for her, but all I could offer her was, hey, you could homeschool as well. I wasn't pushing homeschooling on her because she's a social butterfly. She loves friends, loves school. So I didn't know that homeschooling was for her, but I gave her the option. And sure enough, school hearings ends around May. So like about April or so, she said, Mom, I think I'm ready to homeschool. There's too much drama in school, and I don't know that school is meant for all that, and that I'm not learning like I should be. And with that, there was other things that the teachers were doing, giving answers for tests, because the test they had to score well. She was in the gifted and talented program, so they relied on those students to score high on the state tests. So she just said, Mom, I don't know, it's weird. How is the teacher giving us the answers to a test that we are to know ourselves? Like, how is that a test? So she too was like questioning, and I said, good girl, good for questioning. That's not how the system is supposed to be. So then she was having girl drama as usual, right? It's normal, especially in fourth grade. And I said, oh, I'm homeschooling still here. So she said, yes, I definitely want to homeschool with all that has happened. So we started our journey in September, and homeschooling has been a blessing for all of us in our home. For her, she now no longer has to feel the pressure of having to belong and having to follow along with everyone just because. And now she could be her true Christian self. She even said how life is easier at home because she doesn't have to pretend. There's things that were happening that she wasn't in favor of, that she had to just go and go along with it. And she didn't feel right. She felt compelled. She felt called to say something, but she was often the kid that tattled or the kid that didn't go along. And so she no longer was belonging. And so for Liam and I, she was a blessing because we got to do Bible study a whole hour, sometimes two, sometimes we go on to almost 3 hours of Bible study and sharing God's word and learning and growing. I've grown so much. So homeschooling has been a blessing. Resigning has been a blessing. Yeah, do we need to cut back on things? Yes, we can't just go splurge as we usually, or as I did, let's just say as I used to. Do I really need another pair of jeans? Do I really need another pair of shirt? No, I don't. So I am more mindful. I don't get my nails done anymore as often as I used to. It used to be every month I used to get my nails done, my foot done. My hair was done more often. No, it could wait. It's not important. And also because I'm not here to impress people. There was one saying my daughter and I once heard, and it said, "You're trying to impress the very people who crucified Jesus." So I'm trying to impress the world, the same world that's rejecting God. So I said, you know what, that's so true. Isn't it so real? So it was a reality check for my daughter and I, because us women do struggle, right? You are judged based on how you look, how you dress, and how you present yourself. And realizing that we're not here to impress others. We are who we are, like it or not, take it or leave it, and life goes on because we got Christ in our lives. So here I am sharing what's in my heart. And I hope this message helps you make a decision. Perhaps you're there contemplating. If you trust in the Lord, He will provide. My husband even said, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this on my own. And He's doing it more than we thought. God is providing in ways that we didn't think was possible. He didn't have to change his job. He didn't have to go work an extra job. We were able to do with what we got. You know, we have enough. At the end of the day, that's what God was saying. You have enough. You got plenty. Go ahead, tend to the house. Be the Proverbs 31 woman. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm far from it. I am imperfect in every way. I get angry still. I sometimes don't have the patience that I should. I don't react in the way I should, but I'm a work in progress. So I hope this message touches you. I hope you find your peace and you find God's calling in your life. And comment below if you need any advice, or if you feel you want to share your story. I would love to hear you. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Bye.